What up, what up? Tom T here with another episode of Comics and Cards, together at last. Today, on the card side, we're going to be busting open this rack pack of 1990 Fleer basketball. This was the 5th anniversary of Fleer making basketball, and we've got a nice minty rack pack to bust open. We're going to start with the comics, as always. We're going to start on the right-hand side today with Batman, Volume 1, number 151. Cover date, November 1962. Nice issue here. Batman's new secret identity. It's a story that you read and you think that Batman and Robin's identities were found out, only to find out later in the issue that it's actually Alfred who's writing a story, and he doesn't get a chance to finish it before Bruce and Dick Grayson step in on him while he's writing his story. So kind of interesting little imaginary story there written. Also appearing in this comic, Batman and Robin in the Mystery Gadget from the Stars. Batman and Robin come upon an alien device that has evolutionary development on its targets when it's used, and it gets into the hands of some bad guys, and they have to try to make sure that some bad things don't happen here if it gets in the hands of the wrong people. So they do their duty and get the device back and destroy it. So a couple of neat stories there. This is actually the first Batman issue to feature only 2 stories. This 12-cent issue of Batman, number 151. My eyes aren't very good. So nice little issue there of Batman. We will now get to the feature comic of today's episode. That is Gold Key, Magnus, Robot Fighter, 4000 AD, number 1, published in February of 1963. This is the origin and first appearance of Magnus Robot Fighter. So a nice issue here. Nice one in my collection I've got. This is actually written by Russ Manning, and he was influenced by Isaac Asimov. Kind of a Tarzan-like character as well. By the year 4000, humanity has become dependent on robots, and Magnus is one of the people that leads the charge to try to overtake the robots. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of John Connor from the Terminator. So interesting parallels there, and funny that he almost looks like the John Connor character. Actually, his son, who was sent back in time, but. I don't know if anybody's ever drawn a parallel on that from the research that I did. I didn't see any parallels drawn to that, but the first line in the comic: "From the sea comes Magnus to fight the evil robots who are the masters of men." So very interesting comic, important comic. Was subsequently republished under Valiant Comics, Acclaim Comics in the 90s, reintroduced as Dark Horse Comics in the 2010s. But the aspects of the concept varied from publisher to publisher. So a couple nice comics there. Let's get to the card side of this episode. We've got a 5th anniversary edition of Fleer basketball. Still has the price tag on there. Officially licensed product, 1990 Fleer basketball rack pack. Look for Fleer All-Stars, 45 cards. Kind of nice little rack pack here. Let's bust this and see what we can get. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's staying safe. Let's see how we can do on our first section of this rack pack here. Try to get my focus to work. And we start off with Grant Long, Eastern Michigan product on his own right there. Danny Ferry actually stayed in the same dorm when I was at Eastern with Grant Long. Used to run into him every now and then. Danny Ferry. Look, they brushed off the little Duke from his jersey there. This is actually Danny Ferry's rookie card. Anybody who knows him. Byron Irvin. AC Green, the Lakers. Horace Grant, little Bulls action. Eddie Johnson, Phoenix Suns. Mark Jackson. Nice card there. James Buddha Edwards from the back-to-back world champion Detroit Pistons. This Scotty Brooks. Actually traded to Minnesota. This is a Sixers card, but it says Timberwolves up in the corner, so we'll put that in a pile for deafness. We got Hall of Famer Reggie Miller for the Indiana Pacers. We'll sleeve that one up. Joe Klein from the Boston Celtics. Mark Eaton, Utah Jazz. My focus is not working real well for me here, usual. Mark Eaton, Buck Johnson, Houston Rockets. Moses Malone, nice Hall of Famer. Nice centering on that card. Moses Malone. No idea what this focus is on, but Hershey Hawkins. Our last one from the first section of the rack. Go to rack pack section number 2. 1990 Fleer basketball. Again, the 5th anniversary edition of Fleer making basketball. We'll go to slot number 2 from this rack pack. Rex Chapman, Michael Cage, Tony Campbell, Timberwolves there. We'll put that in deafness's pile. Walter Davis, Frank Brickowski, Jay Humphries, Milwaukee Bucks, Adrian Dantley, post-Piston days, Dallas Mavericks, Twan Carr, Kevin Edwards, Craig Elo, Kevin Duckworth, pesky player there with the Trailblazers back in the day, Vlade Divac. What that focus is on, but might be a Divac rookie as well. I have no idea what this focus is on when I do that, but 2 cards left in the stack. We got 3 cards. We got Bill Cartwright, Jeff Hornacek, and Patrick Ewing. Nice 50-50 centering on that sharp Patrick Ewing there. Not too shabby. Put that in my Hall of Fame stack. And we'll go to the last section of this rack. 1990 Fleer basketball. Right on the back, we've got the All-Star that comes in every pack. We got a nice David Robinson. Fleer All-Stars. We'll sleeve that card up. And we'll go to the last section of the rack. Jeff Grayer, Milwaukee Bucks. Rolando Blackman. Danny Ainge, former Toronto Blue Jay two sport star. I believe he's a GM now in the NBA. Sherman Douglas, Brad Daugherty, Clyde Drexler, Clyde to Glide, nice Hall of Fame card there. Clyde Drexler, sleeve that one up. Michael Cooper, B.J. Armstrong, Tom Chambers, Mo Cheeks, another Pistons Mark Aguirre, Ron Anderson, Otis Smith. We'll wrap it up with Dennis Hobson, who was traded to Chicago from the Nets. So that'll do it for today's episode of Comics and Cards, Together at Last. Thanks for stopping, everybody. We'll see you next time.